Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a match between Trap and Solar here on Jagannatha. Top right hand corner, it's the red Protoss player, winner of DreamHack Last Chance. It is Trap. Wait, hold on, what did he win? Was it DreamHack Last Chance? It was another Premier Tournament, I think, but in the bottom left, it is Solar, winner of many an Africa World Tournament against excellent competition. So we will see who comes out on top here in our PVZ. I know last week was a lot of TVZ, so here's a PVZ to sate the PVZ fans on the channel. And blocking it, yep, blocking the hatch on Jagannatha. You can do that if you just send out a probe immediately at the start of the game, throw it on a pylon, go immediately to the natural, and you too can block your opponent's natural hatchery, just like Trap. Solar's like, fine, I don't care. I was going 3 base anyway. Hey, look, it's my 3rd base coming in sub 1 minute. Alright, so let's see. Is it going to be a 1-gate expand? Based on the mineral count here for Trap, I feel like it is. 16, 18, 17, or basically as near as Solar can make it based on the hatch block that he had to endure. What are the bets that we see Void Rays in this game? What do you think? I might have put Void Rays in the thumbnail, though. Is that fair? Yeah, there's your expand, there's your cyber core, 2nd pylon, and gas. Not in that particular order. You can go gas, then 2nd pylon. There you go. See, gas, then 2nd pylon. Gas, then 2nd. He doesn't have the money for it yet. Hold on to your horses, everyone. 2nd pylon. Excellent. So, extremely standard opening. It's been standard for such a long time. And what do we do? Queen, 4 lings. Yeah, Solar's doing what's been standard for Zerg for a long time. So, no surprises here in the early stages of this PVZ. Gosh, I love PVZ. It is such a fun matchup for me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like... So, we're at a point in StarCraft where every unit is viable. Every unit that every race has is viable on some level, right? In some matchup, it's good. But I think the reason I like CVP is for a long time before that, every unit was viable in the matchup. Like, even before battle cruisers were viable, even before things like Void Rays are super viable all over the place, like every unit was viable in PVZ, and it was fun to me. I just like it. I like the spot we're in now, too, for StarCraft 2. The balance is pretty good. I have some complaints about Void Rays, but, you know, Protoss really hasn't had their time in the sun for a long time. So it's nice they're winning Premier Tournaments and stuff now. I mean, they've won 2 Super Tournaments and a Premier Tournament in, like, the last 3 months. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good, Protoss. I would not complain too much about the state of the game if I were you. But we are tossing down a Stargate. Interesting place for a Stargate. Usually that's in the main. But throwing it down in the natural here is Trap. Let's see if he goes Void Ray. It's going to be Oracle first. Oh my gosh, I can use an Oracle name. I feel like I haven't used an Oracle name in some time because a lot of Protoss have been opening Void Rays in this matchup, but we'll get that out there as soon as we can. Double Dust moving out for scouting purposes. 2nd round of scouting. Probe is the 1st round of scouting. What are we dealing with here? Is there actually a natural base, or did he cancel that? Is there a 2nd gas? Is there a Roach Horn? Is there a Baneling Nest? These are all things that these Adepts need to figure out. And this Probe's going to go for a bit of a scout here, too, at what's officially the natural base for Solar. That's a Void Ray follow-up after the Oracle, though. So Oracle's name is going to be unnecessary interface changes. The Protoss have sought out horrible programs, computer code that seeps terror into the heart of programmers tasked with bug fixing. But however, no Protoss Oracle inspires such surges of dread as interfaces that were changed without rhyme or reason. Protoss realized their mistake and sought to send this Oracle into the abyss, but due to the interface change, they can't figure out how. So a couple drones die. Do the Adepts make it out, or are they dead? Yeah, they both die. 2 Adepts? For 2 drones? Nope, not good trades. Like, I get it. You do want to slow down the Zerg player economically somewhat, but both those Adepts dying for too little cost, I think. They're facing a bit of trouble here. This is why you make the Void Rays, because you can handle these Ling attacks a little bit better if you have a Void. But where the heck is the Void? Is it still building? Where did it go? It's over here killing Overlords. But the 3rd base, though. Okay, so the Oracle came back to deal with this. It's going to be a dead Stalker, though. 2 probes die, a couple Lings die, and Solar says that's a good trade for me. I'm not going to complain about it. Resources lost, 687 for Trap, 425 for Solar. And the Void Ray is like, what did I miss? I was killing overlords. I guess maybe one overlord and maybe a zergling? I suppose that's what we're looking at. So Solar really feeling pretty good about things. He's droning up. He's making a Roach Warren. He's maybe going to go for an attack. Hey, look, a second Void Ray. So this little 2 Void Ray attack is pretty good at shutting down most aggression from Zerg. At least through the first, 6 or 7 minutes. Obviously, these Lings are doing some stuff. It's hard for Void Rays to kill Lings. But, like, you're not going to kill an entire base. You're not going to kill an entire mineral line with Zerglings. And it's just not going to be a good trade for you because all of your Lings are going to die eventually to these Void Rays. Adepts here at the old natural base. We'll call it the third because it's in third base location, just for those of you who are listening to this as though it is a radio cast. Sees the Roach Horn, says, all right, good enough. So the question is it aggressive roaches or is it some defensive roaches and are moving into something else a little bit later? Let's find out. But see, I mean, this is the point where you have 2 Void Rays and 2 Zealots, and you have a 3 base. That's what we're looking at here. I mean, sure, it's only 16 Zerglings, but it is 6 Queens, which is a pretty big investment into minerals for a Zerg player. They'd rather those be drones. They'd rather some of that investment be put into another hatch, right? But they have to make the Queens to defend against the Void Rays in particular, as well as the Oracles. They're also pretty good at defending against things like Adepts, for example. It's going to be a Spire opening, which is a weird choice, all things considered. Unnecessary interface change died. Rough stuff there. I mean, that is the bane of many a programmer for sure, is when management comes in and says, well, marketing has said we need to update our interface. It's like, but for no reason? Well, I got to get with the times. It's like, oh, the functionality is going to hurt so bad. And sometimes that's true. And sometimes it's not true. Storm coming in. High Templar are already on the field, as we can see. Shield batteries at the third base in case we need them against some kind of a roach attack, but it's really only 6 roaches in production. We're getting a 4th base. We're also droning. This is not going to be a super heavy 3 base or 2.5 base attack on a third. Just not. Solar is planning on going into the mid to late game here, and I think Trap's okay with that. Which is interesting because Protoss for a long time were not okay with that. They hated late game against Zerg, and now Zerg kind of hates late game against Protoss. So, we're just going in circles. 8 Mutas in production from Solar. Interessante. What are we looking at here? 8 Mutalists. Good grief. All right, well, we'll see how this does. I don't know. I feel like Mutas trade okay versus Void Rays. They're not incredible versus Voids, but they don't take bonus damage from Void Rays under any circumstances. And the Mutas hit pretty hard against Void Rays that aren't super duper fast. They are fast, but Mutas are really fast. Roaches do not find Bob the Zealot. They find Bob the Zealot. Never mind, Bob's dead. All right, so the Mutas are like, you probably don't have any cannons in your main base, right? Hey, you certainly do not. Let's just go ahead and instantly warp in 4 Stalkers. That's one of the nice things about Protoss. I'm not saying Protoss is overpowered or anything, but like one of the benefits of playing Protoss is like, crap. 7 Mutalisks just showed up at my main base. What do I do? Oh, I'll just instantly warp in 4 Stalkers and I'm fine. Incredible, yeah? Trying to pick off a couple of these High Templar. One of them goes down. Pretty sure it was just one. Oh my gosh, no High Templar died. Never mind. Yeah, look at this Void Ray. Speed Zone, save me! No, you're not going to get saved. Mutas are faster than you. Mutas are super duper fast. Alright, this is good. This is some good stuff out of Solar. I gotta say, this 4th base is toast. I don't know that Trap has enough oomph to take down all of these Zerglings, especially with the Void Rays getting killed. Yeah, no help there at all. So just bam, dead. Solar expanding. Solar doing some good stuff here. I don't know. I gotta say, I mean, Trap is ranked higher than Solar in Aligulac for sure. Trap has had better performances in Premier Tournaments this year than Senior Solar has, without question. And by this year, I mean this year. Like, the World Championships for 2020 are not until a couple of days in Katowice, Poland. So we're still in the 2020 year of competition for StarCraft 2, which is a weird thing, but it's the truth. So we're just counting from the start of 2020 up until now. Trap has had better results than Solar has overall in StarCraft 2. That said, that's why we play the games. That's why we try to figure out, who's going to win this thing. We can make guesses based on a Ligulac rating and who's higher ranked than who and who has, maybe a better PVZ than a ZVP on the other side. I would have put money on Trap winning this game if you forced me to put money on this. I don't know about this Ling Muta thing. That's a lot of Storm. If you're dealing with Ling Muta, like, honestly, Storm. Pretty much just have Storm no matter what the Zerg player is doing. I don't think you're ever going to regret having Storm. Is there ever a time that you're like, I'm being attacked by the Zerg. Why did I invest so much in Storm? Maybe Broodlords? I mean, Lurkers don't take a ton of damage from it, but they take a bunch of damage from it, and they're stationary targets, which is pretty nice. By the way, Solar's going Lurkers. He's getting Adaptive Talons, he's getting +2 missile attack, a bunch of Lings in production just to keep him alive. Until he gets into, you know, this full 5 base dealio he's running with right now. Trap's 4th base is just now getting up. Income is not going to be... Yeah, it's not friendly to Trap at all. But guess who's making a fleet beacon? That's right. We're going DOS carriers. Now here's the trick. Just carriers, bad against Zerg. What you need is carriers and Void Rays and High Templar and Immortals and Archons and maybe some Zealots. That's the trick. That is the magic recipe. This is a pretty nice Phoenix Harass that will allow you to straight up murder Zerg players who are not prepared for all of the many ingredients that you have in that soup. Phoenix. I guess as a response to the Mutalisks, that's pretty good. Actually, Mutalisks are all dead, so fair enough. Good job, Storm and Archons, and I guess Phoenix. If you were involved in that, who knows? Mothership coming in after that fleet beacon. Some interesting stuff here. So basically maxed out. Yeah, Solar's maxed out here on Roaches and Lurkers and 11 Hydralisks. His anti-air is not great. So, I don't know if he's going to have enough necessarily. Oh, Phoenix just dies so fast to Hydras if they stick around at all. Yeah, burrows the Lurkers in, takes a Storm to the face. One Storm will bring a Lurker down to sub 50% health, so 2 Storms will do it. If you thought Storms were good in Brood War, they 2-shot Lurkers. Same thing here, man. Yeah, these Roaches are not getting through here at all. It's a weird choice from Solar. I don't know why. Maybe he hoped that Trap would over-respond to it, but no. That's not where we went at all. Bottom right base by Solar getting taken. Solar, again, economically, doing fantastic the last 5 minutes. He's looking super mega good. 5,800 resources lost from Solar, 5,900 lost from Trap, which is never good for the Protoss player, if those are the numbers we are looking at here today. And this is a nice little Zealot run by. Again, Zealots with speed. Their basic move speed is pretty zippy. They're jogging fairly hard. That's a dead Archon. Why are you sticking around, Archon? Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Now, do you have enough Immortals to take down these Lurkers? Maybe. This is a lot. This is so much Lurker, you guys. Like, I really extol the virtues of Immortals versus Lurkers because they're good. Oh my gosh. Blanketing the Lurkers with Storms. They're so clumped up here, too. Like, what you'll see a lot in Brood War is Lurkers not clumping up and intentionally spacing out. But StarCraft 2 has not really quite figured that out with their Lurkers yet. They just clump them all in together. Try to slowly siege forward. Zealots have completely taken down that bottom right-hand base. Nobody's really come to oppose them at all. There's a Dark Shrine on the way from Trap. That's fun. And Trap's getting a 5th base over here on the right side, too. Oh, Immortals just say, no egg. Eggs have armor. We don't care. This is a chaotic situation. All right, man. The Immortals have decided to go for it with support of a Mothership and other Immortals, as well as some Archons and Zealots. Wow. Did all the Lurkers... There's one Lurker left. Oh, no. This is why I don't like Lurkers versus Protoss. Immortals are so good. They're so good against them. Just big hits. And Lurkers are splash damagey, so they don't do big hits. They do a lot of little hits. Still, bonus versus armored is fine. But they're not going to kill Immortals as fast as Immortals are going to kill them in general. Good thing Solar had a bank. He remaxed on 12 more Lurkers. Hey, you know what? Everything died in a really fast way just a second ago. Lurkers did. You know what we need? More Lurkers. Zealots, march it in. Oh, Spine's defending, Hydras, Lurkers defending. Very nice. Doesn't lose a base there. Trap still just kind of hanging out, clear and creep in the middle of the map. Solar's taking another base, by the way, left side. I don't know what died there. Maybe an Oracle? Warp Prism would be nice. I don't think there was a Warp Prism, though. Oh, there was a Warp Prism. Maybe it was a Warp Prism. Fair enough. I don't know if there's enough anti-air to kill this Mothership is the problem. He doesn't have any Corruptors at all. It's just going to be Hydras. And the Mothership's doing a great job staying out of range of where she will get hit by Hydralisks. It's pretty good, actually. You know what would be awesome against this composition is just pure Hydralisk. Hydras trade incredibly well, although the Storm is concerning. There's not a ton of it here. So there you go. 19 hiders in production. He's recognizing, okay, you're pretty low on Storm. Mothership does make it out of there with a recall. We got some roaches and hiders at that 5th base, but the recall saves the day. Oh, the Mothership dies, though. That sucks. This is a pretty good back and forth match. Gotta say, this is going pretty well for Solar overall, though. Left side base, Zealot's killing that one. Zergs really need to just stop leaving bases completely undefended. I say this all the time about Protoss and Terran, but you know what? Zerg gotta stop doing this. They gotta stop being like, oh, I have a new base over there. Who needs defense at it at all? Carriers in production. Now this is getting a little bit scary. Lurker Hydra, not great against larger number of carriers. 2 carriers? Yes, they'll be fine. Top left base getting hit by a single Zergling while we're at it. Zealots. See, this base has spine crawlers defending it. It's amazing everyone's in trouble. All these immortals are in trouble. There's no recall available because we just used it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, you're moving as fast as your little immortal legs can take you. Guess what? There's High Templar though. 1 immortal down. 2 immortals down. Hey, come up this ramp, say the High Templar. Yeah. We'll storm you to death. Go take out that top left. That Zergling knows it's there. Maybe try to zone out the army and go for that top. Yeah, he's going for the top left. These are changelings. Okay, so just cancels. He cancels in advance of the hiders getting up there. This base is toast. What the heck? Okay, sorry. What the heck killed this? Something a while ago, apparently. Oh, okay. Like 8 hiders. That would do it. 8 hiders would do it. And then they just go home. Wow, that was a while ago, because we're chasing. Hey, look, Storm. Blah, blah, blah. Back out. Go kill the top left base, force a cancel on it. Excellent. Okay, so we're back. Oh, Trap's in trouble. Trap is in trouble. Like, I know he's killed some bases, but Solar's already reestablishing the bottom right base. He's just up 195 to 135 supply. He's got a bigger bank than Trap. Nobody has a bank right now. Who are we kidding? 10 Corruptors in production. And again, basically, these carriers are a Corruptor response unit. Are there any Void Rays left? No. I don't like this for Trap, man. I really don't. He's like, okay, my Lurkers are going to lose their value here fairly soon. Let's mash face here into the army of Trap before the carrier group gets way huge. Oh, boy. Dead carrier. More splash, though. Oh, my gosh. It doesn't matter. The splash doesn't matter. Solar is your winner. Trap tops out in 17 minutes. Yeah, I mean, we were looking at good Storm. Army value was 119 to 86, which is never good. The Corruptors are going after these carriers, taking Storm hits, taking Archon hits. Like, I don't know. I mean, the one carrier goes down, but look at this. Look how fast the splash damage takes these from, like, yellow and orange. Just everybody's red. Everyone is red. I don't think they're killing this carrier, but that's enough hiders. Remember what I said about 2 carriers hiders can handle? Yes. 2 carriers hiders can handle. It's 119 to 56 supply. The income has just been hugely favoring Solar. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you just don't know. You just don't know how this is going to work out before you click on the game. Like, clicking on this, you might have said to yourself, yes, Trap is way ranked higher than Solar is. Solar doesn't perform well at these Premier tournaments. This is at Last Chance DreamHack. Just a single match, though, from the playoff. So it's not indicative. Like, it's not like Trap had to win this thing because he did better than Solar, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, incredible stuff here from Solar. Unexpected. That's why I like casting StarCraft. You don't know who's going to win these things. You don't. It's impossible. Unless, I guess, you watched it or looked at the results beforehand. Down to the granular level, right? Anywho, 30,000 resources lost from Solar and 25 for Trap. That's within the range where Zerg players okay with it. Honestly, it's 75 to 68 workers. 10 probes have died. 13 drones have gone down. 2 hatches killed, 2 nexuses, 1 cancel, and I think another cancel on the hatch side of things too. So great game by Solar, honestly. If you can avoid taking too much damage early on, and Trap didn't go into that mass carrier play, which is fairly vulnerable to attacks at a certain point. He did have to have that ground army to transition, and then when he did transition, he's just taken too much damage. He just taken too many base losses. He was at 4 bases at 17 minutes, and Solar was happily sitting at 6, and that's just not going to track long term for you. So, great job. Honestly, just a really, really great job there by Solar. Gets the win, and that's going to be it for me today. So, this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.